Hello everybody and welcome back to episode 2 of Skyblock Evolution. In between episodes, I've done a couple of things. I've mined more cobblestone, I've gotten a bit of wood, I've done a whole bunch of mob farming down at our awesome mob grinder, and I've gotten 9 iron and 3 pieces of redstone. And I've gotten a whole ton of mob drops, including like gravel, and all of this stuff. I've gotten a ton of armor, and I've got enough armor that I could smelt down all of these things and make another iron ingot, but I don't think I'm going to right now. I'll probably save this stuff and just rely on iron more when I get an iron farm going. And I've also gotten a ton of bows that I'm going to combine later for like the ultimate bow when I get an anvil. I'm pretty sure the only thing that none of these bows have is infinity, which is pretty good. And so the reason I've done all this cobblestone mining is that I can do the first thing I want to in this episode. And that is go around to all of these islands. I'd like to explore all of them just to get all the resources that are on them and all of that. And I would like to collect all 10 obsidian. So I have 2 right now, and there's another 8 islands. So each one of these islands is going to have 1 obsidian on it, and I'm going to grab that so that I can hopefully enter the Nether today. So before I head off and start making my way out to the islands, I'm going to actually use 2 pieces of the iron that I've gotten in order to make a pair of shears. Now that's because some of these islands have vines, and maybe I want to collect up a few of the leaves, or anything really that can be collected with the shears. So I'm just going to bring those along, and I'll be showing you each of the islands so you'll know what I'll be doing with those. Alright, so I've made my way out to the swamp island again, and I've got my shears here just so that I can collect a few of these. I don't want to accidentally catch onto the vines and fall to my doom. So I'm just going to break a couple of these. I don't really care if I lose some, I really only need 1. Alright, and that's all of the vines that I really need to collect. Alright, so I've built out a little bit around the island just so that I could get around to the back, and I found the piece of obsidian, so I'm just going to grab that and the item frame and keep that safely in my inventory. And then from here, I'm going to go out to the birch island. Alright, so I'm over at the birch island, and I've started to just take a couple of I took some flowers from the ground, and I'm starting to break down the leaves so that I can get a birch sapling to have renewable birch wood. There we go, we got a sapling. And I ran out of cobblestone right there, and I was like, I'm so close, and I had 4 wood planks in my inventory, so I made a crafting table and just made the rest with wood planks, which I'm not really worried about. I'm probably going to end up taking all of this out anyway in the future, so it won't be here for the entire series anyway. So I'm just going to keep punching the leaves, and I'm going to cut down this tree, and then I'm going to head back and drop off all of the things that I've gotten. I'm going to look over here, okay, for the obsidian piece so that I can get that, which is really what I came for. Okay, got the obsidian piece. So I'm just going to cut down this tree and then head back to the main island to drop some things off and get some more slabs. Alright, so I've come out here to the spruce island. The spruce island has a pumpkin on it, so I'm going to grab that, and this is the only pumpkin, so I really don't want to lose that. It's also got a bit of snow, which I'm going to pick up. It's got the tree, obviously, and then it has the piece of obsidian. So I'm going to grab all of those things, and hopefully get a sapling, and then I'm going to head over to the desert island. I have made my way over to the desert island, and I've made a small platform below it because obviously it's just on sand, and if the sand gets updated, then it's all going to fall, and I don't want to lose all the sand and have it fall into the void. So the first thing I'm going to do is just grab all of the things out of these item frames. I'm going to grab the 2 turtle eggs and the piece of obsidian, of course, and I'm going to grab the dead bush. I don't know why, but
I mean, it's the only dead bush that I'll get, so I'm just gonna grab it. And that didn't update anything, thankfully, so I'm just gonna grab these cacti, and then if I mine out one piece of this, yep, everything's, oh, not everything apparently. That's weird. But it's gonna fall eventually. The item frames will pop off, and I'll get all that. So now I have 28 sand, and the turtle eggs, and the piece of obsidian, and the dead bush, and the cactus that I wanted. So now I'll head over to the mushroom island.
So now I'm out at the mushroom island. I'm going to just leave 2 of these mushrooms on here, I think, because if I lose these mushrooms or anything that happens to those, I'll still have those 2. So that'll be all good and set to go. I'm going to come down here. I'm going to grab this piece of obsidian in the item frame. And then I'm just going to head over to the acacia biome. Alright, so now I'm over at the acacia island. The acacia tree is going to be a little bit harder because it sticks out over the void a lot. So I'll cut that down, punch all this grass, get these flowers, get the obsidian, and go back to the main island. Alright, I made it over to the jungle island. The jungle island has a melon on it, so I'm going to grab that. It's got some cocoa beans, so I'm going to grab a few of those. And I'm just going to break down this tree, hopefully get a few saplings, and grab the piece of obsidian, and I will go over to the dark oak island. Alright, I made it over to the final island, and I got the exploration advancement, which is explore all of the surrounding islands. So I'm going to cut down this tree, like I've been doing, and get hopefully 4 saplings, because this is a dark oak tree. If not, I'm going to have to wait for a wandering trader to come by and hopefully give me some, but hopefully I'll be able to get a few saplings from this tree. And I'll grab the piece of obsidian, and then I'll go back and we can hopefully make our nether portal. Alright, so I made it back from all the islands safely back to my home island. I've started growing a couple of the new tree types that we've gotten, and I'm going to just show you all the new things that we got from exploring all of the outer islands. So I've gotten all the types of saplings, and I did manage to get 4 exactly dark oak saplings, so I can grow another tree and hopefully get 4 saplings from that tree or more, so that I can continue to get dark oak. 1 sapling did fall off the edge, so I would have had 5, but I lost that one sadly. I've gotten birch and spruce, acacia, and jungle, which can all be grown in just the singular sapling trees. I got a whole bunch of this new, like, melons for food and pumpkins. I got some cocoa beans so we can maybe make some cookies if we want to, and just a whole bunch of new like plant kind of things so that we can farm these. I got all the item frames from all the pieces of all the obsidian. I got some snowballs from the spruce island. I got the obsidian, which is the thing that I really went out to get. So with that, I'm just gonna dump all of this stuff into my chest. And I'm going to construct the nether portal. So I gotta make sure I do not place any of these wrong, and where do I want to put it? I probably am going to put it probably just over here. So I'm going to grab a few slabs and make this place a little bit better and safer, and then I'm going to start building up the nether portal. Alright, so I got the nether portal all built up over here. I'm going to replace these slabs with full blocks just so it looks a little bit better and more filled in. Alright, there we go. And then I'm going to light the portal. So in Skyblock you could do this a couple of ways. Now, a lot of people don't really have a lot of iron to spare. I do happen to have a ton of iron and some flint that I can some gravel that I can maybe make into a piece of flint. So I'm going to grab that real fast. Alright, so I got the piece of flint, And so I can make a flint and steel, and I'm going to just because it's a lot easier and I don't have to wait as long to light it. But what you could do is you could set up a little thing with your logs. You could turn them into planks, and you would put 2 right behind these blocks. So you would put 2 up here. So if, here, I'm just gonna show you really fast. If this, so you would put some slabs, you would put some planks back here at this level. And then you would put your lava source like here, and then you would run some planks over so that the fire would hopefully spread into the portal and light the portal for you. But I'm not going to do that just because that takes a lot longer, and because I have the resources to make a flint and steel. So I'm going to light up the nether portal. I'm going to keep that in my inventory just in case, and we are going to go through the nether portal. Now nothing's going to be on the other side right away because we're in Skyblock, and so it's just going to be a huge void, but we have gotten the advancements, the end, and we need to go deeper. I don't think we're supposed to get the end advancement, but that's okay. So as you can see, there's just nothingness all around us. We have a couple extra pieces of obsidian as well as the corners, so if we do need more obsidian, we can grab those once we get a diamond pickaxe, but we're going to have to branch out, and we're going to have to pick a direction, branch out in that direction, and so we can find the nether fortress area. Now we want to find that so we can make a mob farm, another mob farm. So we're going to do, there is a nether fortress area where the end portal is, and there is a warped forest biome and a crimson forest biome, and I don't think there's a soul sand valley biome, but there might be. I'm pretty sure there's not though, because you don't really, none of that is just unobtainable stuff. So for right now, I'm going to leave the nether alone because I'd like to get a few more things before I go and start building in the nether, including I would like to start. So before I go into the nether, I would like to start branching all of this grass down to the bottom of the world. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to make a staircase out of dirt all the way to the bottom of the world, so that hopefully the grass will spread by next episode, and we can get a mob farm started, like a passive mob farm started. Alright, so I've staircased the dirt all the way down to the bottom of the world. I've placed torches on it so it's all lit up so mobs won't spawn on it. And so the grass is obviously already at the top because I kept the grass up there, and then it's just going to slowly, and I mean very slowly, spiral all the way down to the bottom of the world. So I can get a grass platform down there and get some passive mobs like spawning in. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a crop farm down at the bottom of the world. Just because I feel like that's where I'm going to be putting a lot of the stuff that I have, so I'd like everything to be down there. So I'm going to grab a couple of the materials that I'm going to need and all the crops I'm going to grow, and I'm going to start heading down to the bottom of the world. Alright, so I've started making a farming area. Now, as you can see, I've gone up a few blocks from the bottom cobblestone platform. Now that's because I never really intended to make everything out of cobblestone because that kind of looks pretty bad. So I'm going to use stone brick for right now. I might change this out for some other type of slab later, but I don't really think I will because I really like the stone brick texture. So I've got this little farm going. I'll expand it later. This is enough to fit 4 pumpkins all along here because I would have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 4 melons. 1, 2, 3, 4 melons. So that's enough for 4 pumpkins and 4 melons. This will all dry out because of the lack of water over there. I'm just gonna stomp on these right now. And so I'm gonna keep expanding this for however far I'll need it in order to have all of these grown. And I'm gonna make a place for cocoa beans to be grown, and I'm going to make a place for cactus to be grown. Even though I don't have the sand yet, I'm just going to make sure I have an area to do that when I do get the sand that I'm going to need. So I'm going to build this up. I'm going to keep expanding. I'm going to get some water in here, and I'll come back when I'm placing in all of the
plants for the farm. Alright, so I've got the farm all built up, and I've got a whole bunch of stuff in it. I've got sugarcane, melons, pumpkins, I've got carrots, potatoes, wheat, and then I have the cocoa beans and the vines growing over here. I'm going to take out all these blocks here and put in some soul sand so that I can grow nether wart, and then I'm going to replace every other one of these blocks is going to have a sand block on top of it so that I can grow some cactus. And that's all that I've got on here for right now. I will hopefully get a bit more. I will hopefully get the soul sand and the regular sand to grow the cactus on and the nether wart pretty soon, either this episode or next episode. So for right now, I'm going to head back up to the top of the world, and I'm going to gather quite a bit of materials so that I can go into the nether and hopefully start on a nether mob farm. Alright, so I have a whole bunch of materials collected so that I can go to the nether and find the nether fortress where I'm going to make my first nether mob farm. I've got a gold helmet on so that I don't get attacked by the piglins, and I think actually from one of my pieces of iron I'm going to make a shield, because I think that's going to be pretty helpful if I do end up getting attacked by anything. I have a Captain America shield resource pack on, so that's why this looks like that. So I'm just going to go into the nether. For this map on the download page, it has the coordinates to all of the different, not monument things, but like the ocean monument, the pillager outpost, a whole bunch of different things that I'll be exploring later in the series. Their coordinates are on there. So for this map, the nether fortress is at -79, 68, 86. Those are the XYZ coordinates for the nether fortress, and I'm just going to pull up F3 and I'm going to figure out which way. So I need to go that way, and then that way. Right? Yeah. So I'm going to head off in that direction, so I think I'm going to go this way to -79, and then I'm going to head out that way to 86. So I'm going to make my way out there right now, and I will meet you guys back here when I have done that. Alright, so I made my way out to the X -79, and just off in the distance you can barely see the platforms, the beginning of the platforms. So I'm gonna make sure I don't get close enough to where I can get shot by blazes, but I do want to be close enough to where I can shoot them. So I want to be able to kill the blazes and not spawn anymore. Yep, so here's all of them. They're coming into view right now. I'm just going to keep going over a little bit more, make sure nothing is seeing me. Okay, so it looks like all the blazes have despawned, which is really good for me. So pretty much, as long as there's no blazes, wither skeletons, magma cubes, or ghasts on those platforms, I should be safe. So I think I'm going to make the farm probably somewhere between those two platforms, because obviously the nether fortress mobs, which is why I'm going to make the farm here, blaze. The whole reason I'm making the farm where I am is because of the nether fortress mobs, like the wither skeleton and the blaze. Those are really the only ones that I want from this farm. I mean, obviously I'll get the occasional piglin, or zombified piglin, but they shouldn't be that hard to deal with. Okay, so I'm going to hope that that blaze despawns, because I don't want to accidentally hit one of the pigmen. I mean, not pigmen, zombified piglins, because pigmen are all gone. Oh no, so sad. You can see down at the bottom there's a ring of nether wart. There's also some soul sand underneath the nether wart, and it is around the end portal. So that's where when I go to the end, I will be using that portal, because that's the only portal that generates, the blaze is mad. This is bad.
that generates in this world. Uh-oh. I'm gonna die. Okay, I think I'm safe. I think. Okay, this could be bad. I'm just gonna shoot this blaze off here. Real fast, because I do not want it hitting me off. If I could maybe bow a little bit better, that'd be much obliged. Here we go. Hit it once. Hit it again. Okay, it's dead. Now, I'm gonna just get over there real fast and start taking down these platforms and get to a good platform where I think I'm gonna start making the farm. Alright, so I've gotten all the way down to the bottom. You can see my spiral that I've made as I've just come down all the way. I've been spawn proofing all of these by just putting slabs on top. I figured that would probably be the easiest. And you can see that one right there doesn't have anything on top. That's because these are bottom half slabs. So this would, every other platform is already spawn proofed, so I don't have to worry about half of these even. Now I'm just gonna collect up all of the nether wart that is around the edge here. I already collected up a few of those, as you saw earlier. And then, so this is the end portal. I'm not gonna go in there yet, because that would be immediate death. Okay. So there's blocks under here, so I'm just going to collect up all of this soul sand. Soul sand is renewable by killing the wither skeletons, but I'm just going to grab this because I can. I'm going to slab this place off because I don't want anything spawning. And then I'm going to head back up. I'm going to actually have to go back into the overworld. I did kill a blaze and got a blaze rod earlier, but I'm going to have to go into the overworld to get some more cobblestone because I didn't think it would take as much cobblestone as it did because I decided to spawn proof all of the ledges instead of just removing them, because then I figured I could get up and down a lot easier if they were all spawn proofed instead of just removing them all. I might come back and remove them all later, but that'll probably be after I have an elytra so I can fly around and not worry about falling into the void and dying. So this will be here for a little while. I don't know how long exactly though. I'm gonna just keep going up and up and up, and I will bring you all back when I have more resources to make the actual nether mob farm. I think I'm going to make it on one of these levels around here, because it looked like a whole bunch of them were spawning towards the top. Not a lot of them were actually spawning on the bottom layers, so probably around that one, maybe one of those other ones, I don't know, but it'll be around this top spiral-ish thing. It won't be down lower because I didn't see any nether fortress mobs spawning down there. It was just the piglins and the pigmen that were down there. So I'm gonna go back, I'm gonna grab some materials, and I'll bring you back when I have those. Alright, so I've just put together a very basic mob farm. Meaning I just basically made a box, and none of this area is spawnable, but this area is spawnable. So I'm just going, and then I can just sit here and punch these guys and get their drops, and then I can go around and collect them. And so I have to be 24 blocks away from the spawner. So I just made a little platform out there that is 24 blocks away. So whenever I want to get the nether mobs to spawn, I can just come out here. I can just wait a few moments. You can see they're already spawning in there. And I'm pretty sure this is at the right height to where I can get some nether fortress mobs. But I'm just going to wait around here and see if I can get any of the good nether fortress mobs. If not, I can go up there and I can build another platform. That shouldn't be an issue. But right out here, we are in the nether wastes, so this would be a good area around here to build, or even closer to the portal. It would be a good area to build the zombified piglin farm for gold, so that I can get gold to trade with the piglins and everything. It'll just be a huge cycle like that. Alright, so I've been hanging around here for a few minutes, and I haven't seen any fortress mobs spawn, which concerns me, and I don't think they're going to spawn. I think I'm too low, so I'll go up a few blocks and build a fortress mob spawner. I'm trying to get enough gold so I can maybe trade once with a piglin. I'm killing the piglins right now until, oops, I don't want him to shoot at me, until I have enough to trade with one of them, because I don't want to encroach on the mob cap at all. And so I'm just going to wait around a little longer, maybe get a few more gold nuggets, and then I'll build another mob spawner a little further up in the world. Alright, so while I was waiting for more pigmen to spawn, I actually built this second mob farm up here. So I've got a zombie piglin only farm. I'm gonna keep calling them zombie pigmen. Sorry about that, but it's a change that I'm gonna have to get used to. I'm going to just build a staircase up, just a simple one here, so that I can still be the 24 blocks away. And actually, I think I might disable this pad for right this second. Okay, I am going to build a staircase up, just because it's going to make it a lot easier for me to get up and down these things. So I'm pretty much just going to build that right now. So you can see that now I'm getting the Nether fortress mobs in here, such as the wither skeletons, as well as the zombified piglins that would normally just spawn in the Nether. I'm also getting a few skeletons just because those spawn on the Nether fortresses. So I'm gonna stay in here and I'm gonna farm all these Nether mobs up for just a little while and hope to get a few of their drops. I'm gonna trade with a few piglins. Alright, so I've been AFK at this zombified piglin and piglin farm for a little while now. I have gotten 16 gold. I've kept 16 gold because that's enough to make 2 golden apples, so that when I do decide to cure some villagers, which will hopefully be in the next episode, I can do so. I've gotten quite a bit of things from trading from them, and I've also gotten a piece of blackstone and 4 netherrack. Now, zombified piglins drop netherrack, and the piglins, just the normal ones, drop the blackstone. So if I go into my statistics and I look at mobs and I find the piglins, I've killed 74 piglins. So I've gotten 1 blackstone from 74 piglins killed, which is not very much. So it's going to take a long time. And zombified piglins, I've killed 539 and only gotten 4 netherrack. So it's going to take a long time to get these resources. But hopefully I'll be able to set up a bigger farm later, so we'll be able to get those faster. I've got a ton of iron ingots, and if I just go up to the second level where I do have another chest all set up, there's quite a few more things that I've gotten from the trading and bartering with the piglins. I've gotten a Soul Speed 2 and a Soul Speed 3 book. I've also gotten Soul Speed 3 iron boots. So that's pretty much all that I've done here so far, I've done a lot of bartering and killing the zombified piglins. So that's pretty much all the time I have for this episode. Today has been a very productive episode where we have gotten into the Nether and we've explored all of the outer islands. We've gotten a passive mob farm going, and we have gotten our crop farm all set up and ready to go. That's all for this episode. Thank you all for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next episode. Bye!